What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video, where we are going to be explaining my latest Town Hall 12 3-star attack. Now, if you do want to see daily Clash of Clans videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But what did we think about this base? How did we break it down? The first thing I noticed when I looked at it was this little compartment at the top. Now, what I initially thought was, why don't I bring a queen charge into this area? The queen would come down and I would be able to funnel her right into the enemy queen. I'd also be able to snipe off this wizard tower and the inferno tower. Now, from there, the defenses and the base is relatively compact, and it's mainly defenses in the inside, so I did think that miners would be a good option here, and you guys know that I have been practicing the queen charge miners. Now, the more I looked at it, the more I thought that the top of the base here was going to be a bit troublesome, mainly because of the multi-inferno. It would lock onto the healers. I'd either have to send a couple of balloons and a haste in order to get in and take that out. It just looked a bit complex. But what I thought is, why can't I charge into the town hall? That's always the main thing you want to get down. The miners are quick enough to get through it, but what if I sent the queen here? So when I looked at it, I was a little bit worried about this air defense, but it's easy to get to. So the obvious place to start the queen charge was down from the bottom of the base. I can easily set up the funnel here with the baby dragon. Once the queen has taken out the air defense, she will be starting to walk up this direction. Now, I could open up both of these compartments if I'm clever, and actually gives me access to the multi-inferno. There's 3 multi-infernos on this base, so if I can limit that for the miners, that is good. Looking at the angle I would need to send the wall wrecker in, it would have to be from over here, look, in a straight line from basically the builder's hut to the town hall. So if I'm sending in the wall wrecker from the builder's hut, I want to make this side of the base go down, so the king and a few wizards will do that. The wall wrecker will come in. I'll take bowlers for that because I am going to be charging the queen in. She will be coming right into this area, and it also ends up beautiful for luring and taking out the CC. Then where do I start with the miners? Well, the eagle is a big thing here, and there's a lot of splash damage down to this side, so although we initially looked at the base and thought about attacking the north first, I actually decided to hit that part at the end. Get in here, get the splash damage, get to the eagle, try and protect the queen along the way. The only thing I think I could have optimized, and I decided to take just one baby dragon for this, was the left hand side. I didn't want the miners getting caught on the outside of the base and some of the trash here. We want them into the defenses. So I did bring a baby dragon just to try and limit that, but ultimately I knew some of the miners would go that way. I mainly took heal spells, sorry. Haste was for the top and the balloons didn't go with that. Mainly took heals, couple of rage for the queen charge. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this attack. Leave your likes if you enjoyed it as well, and let's get into it. It worked perfectly. My plan worked perfectly, guys. You don't get me saying that too often, but here we go. One balloon just to test for any mines, then the baby dragon went in. Funnel is set at this point. We know where the queen is going to go. Once the air defense goes down, I can bring in my healers, and boom, that is working perfectly. I did sneak a minion at the top just because I had 2 troop space left, to be honest. I thought I might have been able to send the minion this way, but either way, it doesn't matter. The king with the wizards and the wall wrecker works perfectly in order to take out both compartments. Now, I brought the Grand Warden in. I could have brought him in a little bit earlier, but basically I just waited. The queen was fine. We now have access to that entire section. Now, this right hand side of the base is going to be stripped apart. We've got rid of a multi-inferno, the giga bomb, obviously Grand Warden's ability gets pressed, poison spell for the CC. Now that that is done, I can kind of take my eye off it a little bit. In goes the baby dragon from that side in order to start the funnel, and then we're pressing the miners in. I am going to have to use heals pretty early on. Remember, I'm coming from this area because there's splash damage there, so in goes a heal. There is a gap where there's potential for giant bombs, and again, I believe I use one right here. Again, there's a few gaps there that could definitely be giant bombs hanging around, and I have 2 other heals. So I am going to use one just as they come out of this area towards the multi and the wizard tower as well. A great thing about the queen charge is if you can keep her alive, which as you can see I've done in this one, I've held on to the ability, you know that the final few defenses you are going to be good with. Now this Tesla farm popped and there is no way I wasn't going to use my final heal here. I know that I have that area with the multi-inferno, but I was more than confident with the queen's ability. I had to get this section down. There was too many point defense for the queen to deal with there had she have had to finish off. So I used the heal early on, and guys, if you're ever in doubt, 9 times out of 10, obviously I can't say this in terms of every situation, it depends on the base, but more often than not, you're far better off healing a big group of miners than waiting, having them go down and then healing just a small group. Getting down to the end of it, it wasn't even close, guys. As you can see, so many troops left over. Be sure to share your comments down below, but that wraps it up for this one. Just a quick one today. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.